Now, this video is to give you guys structural updates relating to protectionist speciale. This is a new video. This one a new video to explain give una. There are many people living here in Italy or they have this kind of documents. Now let me state that here in Italy, or majority 90% of people are having protectionist speciale. So I will be telling you everything relating to this document, when it was created, the right you have with it, what you can do with it, ingredients that follows protectionist speciale. Or this is what Prince TV have come here to now explain to you guys. So you have to listen attentively so that you know everything when concerning this particular document. Even if say you never get them, you don't know whether na wait till your judge won't give you tomorrow. So you have to listen in advance as well. But first, I would like you guys to make sure you give me thumbs up of this particular video. Anytime I go for structural updates, there should be a thumbs up on the video so that YouTube and Facebook will now recommend this particular video. People will listen and know the meaning of protectionist speciale. So without wasting your time, I have to go straight to the point with the articles explaining to you step by step. I will by myself explain to you that protectionist speciale is meant for those people who are not qualified for asilo politico or subsidiary protection. Now listen, he said here, the permesso di soggiorno per protezione speciale was created by the Savini Decree in 2018. He said some major changes were then made by the so-called Decreto Immigrazione, effective as of October 22, 2020. That was when Luciana Lamorgese took over. So now have it in mind that this 2 years document, it was being created by Matteo Salvini. He said here, this kind of permesso and protection is for those who do not qualify for refugee status or subsidiary protection, but who are nevertheless in need of protection, like I explained to you guys. Now listen attentively. He said, according to the law, this permesso may be granted to those who, if they return to their country of origin, face the danger of persecution or the grounds of the following. So, under this protectionist speciale, it is also granted to those who are going to face this kind of persecution. So listen to what they mentioned here. One is race, gender, sexual identity or sexual orientation, language, citizenship, religion, political opinion, personal or social condition. Then we have another one, risk of being sent from their country of origin to another country where they may face persecution. Then the last one is risk of facing torture or inhuman or degrading treatment because of systematic human rights violations in their country of origin. So these are the criteria. These are most of the categories which they are going to place in consideration to give out this protectionist speciale. Now let's go a little bit forward. Now listen attentively. He said, according to the new law, this permesso can also be granted to people who may face a branch of their rights to private and family life if sent back to their home countries. So everything is all about protection. Now listen, he said, this means that if you have family ties in Italy, or you are well integrated into Italy's social life, or if you have been living in Italy for a long time, you may be eligible for this permesso. So in another way around, to get this protectionist speciale, not being under protection of fear or my human degrading, all those things I just mentioned, you can also obtain it if you have been in Italy for a very long time integrated. So this is another way people can get protectionist speciale. Now listen, he said, this does not hold true if the person is considered a threat to national security, public order, or health. You see? Now, under being a condition that if you are integrated, you have been here for a very long time in Italy, they can give you this kind of permit. It is not meant for those people who are violent, people who are creating problems. So, if you are public, if you are a threat to the public, if you don't commit one or two things, then no matter how you have integrated, they will not also give you this kind of permesso. That is what they have stated. He said, how do I get it? He said, you could receive this permesso either as result of your asylum application or after your permesso per casi speciale expired if you are not eligible for permesso per motivo di lavoro. Now, let me explain this part before I go forward. Many people who have casi speciale, now if this document expired and then it happens to be that you don't have contract of work to now renew this document, just going like that to renew, there is high possibility that they will not send you to commission. And if eventually they send you back to commission and then they still see that or the reason why they gave you the document is there, then in return it will not come as protezione speciale. It will not come again as casi speciale. That is one thing you have to understand. But it is good for you to get contract and then change it to motivo di lavoro. So that is what they are now stating in this point. Now listen, he said here, as recently stated by the Tribunal of Bologna, you could also apply the permesso per protezione speciale directly at the questura. He said, however, the questura usually do not accept this application, so you may want to seek the help of a lawyer. So this part not be new thing again. Everybody know the ongoing application of protezione speciale up to date. People are applying. So if you wish, you can also go and then apply direct to the questura, either by yourself or you go through a lawyer. So that is just it. How long is it valid for? A question. As we all know, it is just a 2 years document. But let's see what the article have stated already. He said, when first introduced by the Savini decree, this permesso was valid for up to 1 year. He said, since the new Decreto Immigrazione went into effect on October 22, 2020, the permesso per protezione speciale is now valid for 2 years. That is the blessing of Luciana Lamorgese, this lady one that they see for here. Now she make am dey possible where be like say protezione speciale can be lasted for 2 years. Before it is just for 1 year. So God bless the woman anywhere where she did. Now let's go a little bit forward. He said, how long will it take to get it? A question. He said, because this kind of permesso has been created very recently, we don't know yet how it may take. So this one not be something like say, or we need to emphasize too much. Everybody know if you apply, depends on the region, depends on the questura. So that is just it. Now let's get to this point where it comes for the converting of the document, which everybody know already that yes, you can convert protezione speciale into a motive of work, but let's still just respect or read the article so that it will sound to people out there. He said, can I convert this permesso into a permesso per motivo di lavoro? A question mark. He said, before, this permesso could not be converted into a work permit. That was when they have not changed the Decreto di Sicurezza. He said, since the new Decreto Immigrazione went into force, the permesso per protezione speciale can now be converted to a work permit if you meet the requirements. So, if you have your contract of work, many people ask in my videos, if I have contract for 3 months, can I use it to convert the document? Yes, you can also use it. Have it in mind that the duration of your contract will determine how long the document will be valid. Many people who have tempo indeterminato, when you convert the document, they will give you back 2 years again. But if you have anything 6 months contract, 1 year contract, when you convert it, most of the questuras, they will still give you back 1 year. So that is one thing you have to understand. So the duration of the document, or when you convert, determines the duration of your contract which you are holding. So that is one point you guys have to know. Now, let's end this video by stating the rights which you have with protezione speciale. He said, what right do I have as a holder of protezione speciale? A question mark. He said, with this kind of permesso, you have the right to 1. Work in Italy but not in any other European countries. He said, access the Italian healthcare system, SSN. Then, access the Italian public education system. You can study with protezione speciale. Then, stay in a reception facility as well as receive basic services at the reception facility. Your rights to reception include food and hygienic products, You are also entitled to receive medical attention, social and physiological support. So all these things are your rights. Then register with the registry office of your local commune, which give you the right to get the carta d'identità. If you have your protezione speciale, you can go to your commune and then request for your carta d'identità. So that is just it. Travel with the Schengen area for a maximum of 90 days if you have your national passport. So get all these things. Now listen what you cannot do with this kind of permesso. He said, generally, with this permesso, you do not have the right to ask for your family to join you in Italy through family unification. That is why I always let people to know. If you have protezione speciale, you have to convert it first before to motive of work before you can use it to make family unification. You understand? So we won't be like say we won't do the family unification. You need to convert them first. So that is just it. If you have protezione speciale, if you never convert them, you cannot do to bring your family over here. It's not like asilo politico. If you have asilo politico and subsidiary protection, then you can do family unification. But with protezione speciale written on it without being motivo lavoro subordinato autonomo, you know go feed one. Now be waiting they try to let you know. Now listen to this part here. He said, according to lawyer of CHID, in some specific cases, you may be able to ask for family unification. Talk to your lawyer who is the right person to advise you on this. So depends on the story. But basically, according to the law, you must have converted it to motive of work first. Now listen to this last important part of it. He said, mind that if you receive a protezione speciale because you are well integrated in Italy or you have family ties in Italy, you may be able to return to your home country. We recommend you that you consult a lawyer before making any decision about this. I explained to you guys already. Let me state it for the last time. With protezione speciale, you can travel back to your home country, but it still depends on your story. If at the end of the day you stated that you cannot go back to your country of origin, you also have to put those things into consideration, because many people, they know they check the paper when they take you the document, which is the verbale, to see the criterion, the reason why they gave you the document. There are many people who have documents here in Italy, but they don't know the reason why they gave them that document. All those things are being stated with the paper which they used to grant you that document. That is why you have to tell your lawyer to explain to you, or meet someone who can read and then understand, then explain to you the reason why the document is being given to you. So with protezione speciale, that you are being integrated well here in Italy, that is the reason why they gave you the document. You can go back to your country of origin without having any problem, because they did not consider you as asilo politico holder or that of subsidiary protection. So that is what you guys have to understand. If you have any question on this video, or just let us to know on the comment section. And then those of you that watch me for Facebook, make una send me star. It's not easy to sit down, study something, understand, carry come out for public, make una still dey try our best. If at all, send me star. And so just be. I greet all the fans of Prince TV.